know where to go. देखो सुनो मत बोलो. Wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% करे नाटक. किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो. ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना. Who asked you live at zero complete level? मौज में रहो, be happy.
Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदं प्राङ्निर्विकल्पं पुनः माया कल्पितदेशकालकलना वैचित्र्यचित्रीकृतं मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यपि महा योगी वै स्वेच्छया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये. I think that speaker should be kept little away. All these people are blocking the sound. You can sit in the other chair and you keep it on the chair. You can sit in the other chair. Okay, you can join with your wife. Dakshinamurti Stotra is composed by Bhagwan Shankaracharya, and it is the ultimate thought process development which can lead us to the reality is the main theme. This mantra which I chanted brings something for us to understand with reference to mind. Bijasyantarivangkuro jagadidam prang nirvikalpam punah. Like you must have seen, or you might not have even seen, the seed of the banyan tree fruit. Even we don't remember to have seen the fruit from a banyan tree. It's so small. And the seed thereof, never seen. So it is very minute, very small. If you take those seeds and sow them, they will never germinate into a plant. Then, how we see so many places, so many things. How I discovered this, I'll tell you. Once we were somewhere and this people tree all belong to the fig family. So one people tree or a banyan tree was growing on the top of a pillar. Suppose this is the pillar. On the top, the tree was growing. So when I looked at it, I said, come on, who can go and sow the plant there? Nobody can even climb there. You also must have seen odd places the trees come. So that initiated me into thinking process. How can it go there? And then when I was studying Gita and Upanishad, there this thought comes. In the 15th chapter, Bhagavan says, Urdhva Moola Madashakam Ashwatham. Ashwatham means this banyan tree. Kathopanishad also, the same thought comes. Urdhva Moola Avak Shaka Esha Ashwatha Puratanaha. So then I got into the deep depth of inquiry. Why they have given this example of banyan tree for the world? This world is indicated it is a banyan tree. So what is the reason? And then we came to know that the fruits of this tree, they are eaten by the birds, and along with the fruits, the seeds of the fruit also go in their GI tract, in their stomach. And when they defecate in their droppings, the seeds come out, and then from that processed seeds the plants grow. See? Similarly, now be attentive. Only in electricity there is no light. Only in the bulb without connection with the electricity there is no light. Only in Paramatma there is no samsara. Only in Prakriti there is no samsara. Only man cannot produce a child. Only woman cannot produce a child. See? So the the fruit is eaten by a bird, and then it is processed, and the processed seed is capable of producing a plant. So the seed is provided by the plant, and mm, the soil where the seed can become capable of producing a plant is the bird. Similarly, man produces the seed, and woman provides the field where the seed can grow. How simple it is to understand. So, Bijasya anta ivankaro jagadidam. The whole world is contained inside the seed. Idam jagad, the whole world. The seed is so small. In this small seed, such a huge tree is contained. In the same manner, in our own mind, the whole world is contained. Now, in deep sleep, when we are snoring away, three factors, yesterday I told you, they are absent, unmanifest: time, space, and object. In the absence of these three factors, there is no world. When we wake up means what happens? Again, Bhagavan Shankara says, Bijasyantarivangkuro jagadidam prang nirvikalpam punah maya kalpita desha kala kalana vaichitra chitri krutam. Because of the time, space, and object, a variety, vaichitra, differences is created. And how it comes? Mayavi iva. So this Maya is the divine potentiality which is responsible for making the world manifest. Like the fire by itself is cold. Fire alone supports the wood. But when the potentiality of the fire, called a burning power, when that burning power becomes manifest, then the wood which was supported by the fire is burnt away. So there are two things: fire and burning power, sugar and sweetness. So one is the reality, and second, the potentiality of the reality. That potentiality is called in different words as Maya or Shakti or the divine will, whatever you call it. So Maya, Shakti, Vilasa, Kalpita, Maha, Vyamoha Samharine. So this Maya Shakti alone is responsible for bringing out the variety. Now, if this point is clear, now we come back to ourselves. In deep sleep, we are pure consciousness. When the bulb is not attached to the socket, there is only electricity. Up to the point, electricity is there. But I can't see it. Put your fingers and experience. So, the moment we'll attach the bulb, light comes. But when the bulb was not attached, there was no light. Where from the light has come? Therefore, this potentiality is responsible for creating the light. Now come back. We are absolute pure consciousness, as in deep sleep, where these three factors, time, space, and object, are not manifest. Then the first thing that happens is the consciousness that we are starts manifesting, expressing. The first place is the space where I am. Second is when I am. Third is what I am. Now, where from these three things have come? They have not come from outside. They have come from within. Thereafter, consciousness expresses as mind, and mind projects time, space, and object. What is space according to our scriptures? Space is awareness of expanse, is space. What is time? Awareness of sequence is time. If there is no sequence, time is not born. Sequence is a movement. You stop the sequence, the world disappears. I have purposely stopped talking. When I talk, a sequence of words is created, knowledge is happening. But when I stop talking, sequence is arrested. When sequence is arrested, there is no space, there is no time, there is no object. But we continue to be. That is the reason we are all told meditation is what? Keep quiet. So we should sit quiet, don't move. Why? Meditation. Then don't think. You may say don't think, but the mind doesn't stop. It goes on like a poultry farm. Caw, 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 caw. And then we are asking questions. Whenever I sit for meditation, there are too many thoughts. I get disturbed. Then don't think. Stop thinking. But it doesn't. Friends, therefore, if we want to really control our mind, if we want to get freedom from the mind, what is necessary to understand is we have to arrest the sequence formation. Now we go further. Like for the growth of a tree, the basis is the seed. Without the seed, the plant cannot grow. In the same manner, without the seed, a thought cannot come. Now, what are the seeds? Now, we'll just play. You become husband or wife, and as husband or wife, start thinking. Stop. Now, you remain as parents or children and start thinking. Stop. Now, remain as nobody. Stop. What we are trying to learn is the seed. When we become husband or wife, the thoughts are pertaining to wife or husband respectively. When we become parents or children, the thoughts are pertaining to children or parents. When we remain as nobody, no thoughts. See how important it is. So, what is to be done? We have to recognize this. Instead of complaining about our mind, find out to whom the thoughts are coming. And then evaluate, is that buddy real? Is the husband real or the man real? Is the father real or the man real? Is the son real or the man real? So that one man, because of three conditionings, as if he has become three, then what is to be done? Karnataka. Whatever role you have to play your role. Therefore, wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever you are, be 100%. After the role is over, drop it. Now, nobody can do it for us, my friends. We have to recognize this. That thoughts always come to somebody. And is that somebody a real entity or just an appearance under n number of conditions? If you want to have no light, don't break the bulb. Switch off. That's it. How simple it is. But this we had neither learnt nor we were told. That all thoughts have a seed at the root. From there, the whole world comes out. Bijasyantarivangkuro jagadidam prang nirvikalpam punaha. Then Maya kalpita deshakala kalana vaichitra chitri krutam. So there are two creations. One is God's creation, second is our creation. God created a woman. The father created a daughter, the husband created a wife, and the son created a mother. Now, who are suffering And who are creating problem? The daughter, the wife, and the mother. See? So what will be the technique by which we can mind our mind, get out of our creation and enter in God's creation? Then how to achieve that? Karnataka, whatever role we have to play your role perfectly well. After the role is over, go to the green room, change your costume, and be normal. Therefore, what will be the technique by which we can take care of our mind? Spend some time on this technique which I told you yesterday. Do not talk to yourself. Here, we will take you next step. How this somebody is born? This somebody is born only after identification with our body. In the deep sleep, we are not identified with our body, therefore, we were nobody. And there is a saying in English, nobody is happy. It is true. Nobody alone is happy. Somebody is always miserable. So, what will be the real control over the mind? Remain as nobody. Don't carry the burden of the whole universe on your head. I don't know what is going to happen to this world. If you don't know, relax. If you know, be prepared. No place for worries. Again and again, we have to work on it. Nobody can help us. Therefore, to work on the mind, the first requirement is what it is like being other than the body. When we are not identified with the body, that time also we continue to exist. We don't die. So we are not because of the body is because of us. See? We are not because of the clothes are because of us. Therefore, now we are working on the mind. The working will be what? After you sit quiet, start working on it. How the involvement in the world happens? Involvement in the world happens. First, body identification. Second, we become somebody. And third, we start worrying. What is a worry? Worry is an attempt to solve the non-existing problems of the future. Suppose that happens, what will happen? Let it happen, yeah. Nothing has happened. You will see in 99% cases, all imagination that we can project, they never happen. It is said, what an enemy cannot think of us, our mind can think for us. Suppose somebody said, I am coming at 7 o'clock, and you are very eagerly waiting. 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8, 8:30, 9, 9:30, 10. Then your mind start imagining, I hope that, vehicle has not run over that. That fellow I told he is very irresponsible, and he might have completely smashed and chutney must have happened. Oh God, and the bell rings. Chutney is not there. Only because we have trained our mind. Nobody can help us. You have to yourself recognize that this is the habit we have developed. And this habit development, be attentive. So when we worry means what? We worry means we start talking to ourselves. Now this is another important point about mind. Think whatever you like, but don't use any words. You cannot think. But what we do, we keep on talking to ourselves. Now I'll finish my the cooking, and after the cooking goes over, I have to do this thing, I have to do that thing, and then people will come. I hope I have made arrangement, but people come or not. But will this be enough for me? Caw, 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 caw. Therefore, this habit of talking to ourselves should be totally stopped. Those who keep on talking to themselves, they are not satisfied with that. They talk to others also non-stop. Others have to tell, will you shut up, please? See? It is like a flooding, too much. Friends, physical work you do, 8 hours, whatever is energy consumption. For example, uh, n number of units, and you talk for 1 hour, energy consumption is 10 times n. 8 hours of physical work and 1 hour of talking. See the energy consumption. And the energy consumption for 1 hour of talking and thinking intensely for 15-20 minutes. Energy consumption is another 10 times more. And as a result, we become completely worked out. You have done nothing. Why are you worried? Oh, you don't know how you. Unwanted thinking, unwanted talking. Nobody can help us, friends. We have to work ourselves. Therefore, working on the mind is this. Number one, stop talking to yourself. Don't complain. No, it's very difficult. Yes, it is difficult. Has anybody ever said, earning money is difficult, therefore I am not going to earn money? No. Why? Because we have got value for money, is it not? In the same manner, we have no value for silence. And therefore we say this. Bhagavad Gita says, Ashantasya kutas sukham. A person who is a non-stop chatterbox, how he can be happy? What is happiness? You are at peace with yourself. That is happiness. So, worrying is talking to yourself. And peace is not talking to yourself. Now be attentive. Words are grossified mind. Like ice is grossified water. Water and ice are same. Water with the shape is ice. Ice without the shape is water. In the same manner, mind with shape is words. Words without shape meaning what? Silence is mind. Be very attentive. Mind expresses at four levels. The grossest is called as Vaikhari Vani. Vani is speech. Vaikhari Vani. Vaikhari Vani is Parashruti Gochara. Others can hear. So what I am talking to you, you all can hear. I am talking by Vaikhari Vani. Second is Madhyama Vani. Madhyama Vani, we keep on talking. Others cannot hear. That is Madhyama Vani. The third, the potentiality to express as words is there, but it is unmanifest. It is something like a seed. Let's take a gram, chana, so hard. If you want to bite it, your teeth will come out. So we put it in water for overnight. Next day morning, it is swollen. So it is ready to germinate, but not yet germinated. That state of the speech is called as Pashyanti Vani. And complete unmanifest speech is Paravani. So, pure consciousness is the origin, our essential nature. The first expression in us is the Paravani, wherein the speech is ready to manifest but not yet taken any step, like a dry seed. Then the seed was put in the water, it has swollen, now ready to manifest but not yet manifested. That is Pashyanti Vani. Then the Madhyama Vani. The two seeds, two dicotyledons, they are separated but not fully bloomed. Vaikhari Vani, where the word and the meaning of the word are separate. Like phone is the word in my mouth and phone is the object in my hand. Where the word and the meaning of the word are separate. That is called a Vaikhari Vani, by which we speak. Madhyama Vani, both the object and the word indicating the object, both of them are only words. Like we keep on thinking, now I had to cook. Now should I do this thing? Should I make this thing? Should I make that thing? So nothing is happening. Only the atta is in the mind and also the roti is in the mind. That is Madhyama Vani. Madhyama Vani is people start talking to themselves. And such people call themselves as, I am little sentimental. What is the meaning of sentimental? Ready to become mental after some time. Like centimeter becomes a meter, isn't it? You add many centimeters becomes 1 meter, isn't it? Many sentimental becomes one mental. And this is what we are telling you. Arrest your Madhyama Vani. We are not telling you to do anything. The real spiritual life is undoing all what we have been doing. The real spiritual life is unbecoming all what we have become so far. And this is exactly what we do when we go to sleep. Sleep is God realization with no knowledge. God realization is sleep with knowledge. The Upanishad says, Ahar Ahar Brahma Gamayati. Every time we sleep, we are one with the divine. Like when we go to bed, we put our phone for charging with the mains. So overnight, the battery is fully charged. Then again, next morning, WhatsApp will cut. Exactly the same way. Whole night, we are joining with the divine, fully charged. And in the morning, sleep is over, but we don't come out of the bed. Then the battery discharge continues. And when the battery is fully discharged, and then by nature's grace, we get out of the bed. That is why they call it nature's call. Unless the nature calls, we don't get out of the bed. So all the battery that was charged in the deep sleep is discharged because we keep on talking with ourselves. And then laziness, उठ के क्या करेंगे? My friends, controlling mind is our personal affair. Nobody can help us in this. Vivekananda ji mentioned in one of his talk, Uttishtata Jagrata Prapya Varanya Bodhata. This is from Upanishad. Uttishtata Jagrata Prapya Varanya Bodhata Kshurasya Dhara Nishita Duritaya Durgam Patastat Kavayo Vadanti. Uttishtata, get up. Jagrata, wake up. Is it not the wrong sequence? First wake up and then get up, is it not? But when Upanishad says, Uttishtata Jagrata, first get up and then wake up. Waking up is not a problem. Getting up out of the bed is a problem. See? So we look into the watch. What is the time? 5:45. 5:45 is not a round figure. Let me say 6 o'clock. And during that period of 15 minutes, all kind of wool gathering happens. And then again, oh God, I'm getting late. Oh, 6:05. This is not the right time. No, no. Let it be 6:30. By the time the whole battery which was charged is discharged, and then in the morning, caw, 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 shout on it. See, I told you, not at peace with ourselves. How can we be at peace with the world? See, friends, all that we need to know is what we learned in our KG1. What we learned in KG1? Early to bed and early to rise is the way to be healthy, wealthy, and wise. What is our life? Late to bed and late to rise is a guarantee to be unhealthy and otherwise. Therefore, this Madhyama Vani is to be arrested. Give it a try. For 1 minute, do not talk to yourself. Suddenly you will remember, oh, I kept thing on gas. Let me, oh, it is not there. Oh. Friends, mind doesn't want to die like nobody wants to die. Then the mind has to feed itself. So what is the diet of the mind? Mind survives on the past memories and future worries. Stop these two things. Don't bring your past in the present, and don't talk to yourself. When we talk to others, we talk about the past, our past or their past. There was one person in US, it happened, a Marathi person, and he asked me, Swamiji, where are you from? I said, look here, I have taken a vow not to talk about my past. So I'm sorry. He became so angry. Indians keep on talking about the past. Swamiji, where are you from? When were you born? What is your date of birth? How was your birth? Was it a normal delivery or it was a cesarean? Are Ram, Ram, Ram. There's no end to that. Keep on talking about the past. You know what is the damage that we do when we talk about the past? The damage is we are talking about the body, not about ourselves. Past belongs to the body, not to us. Body was child, body was born, body was growing, body was a teenager, body is a middle age, body is old. We are the same, we are not changed. Friends, it becomes very simple. But we keep on talking about the past. This is how the mind survives. The second technique by which the mind survives and rules over us is go on projecting about the future. If this happens, what will happen? If that happens, what will happen? Go, go, go. And nothing is under our control. So if we want to really control the mind, we have to work on these two fronts. Number one, we do not get involved in anybody's past and our past. No need. But we get lost in that. And second thing is, we stop talking to ourselves. By this, we arrest the future. These two things put together is called as remain as Mr. Nobody. But we keep on talking about the past. But Swamiji, you are also telling some of your past experiences. Yes, I am hearing that question. When we have learned from our past experiences, that learning does not create a dent of likes or dislikes on our mind. In other words, whenever we have learned from our experiences, with every additional learning, we grow wise. And therefore, our mind does not carry any impression of likes or dislikes on our mind. Now, take a day to day example. As a child, we have sometimes touched the fire, we got burned, and we have learned that fire burns. And therefore, now we are grown up. Do we have hatred for the fire? No. Because we have learned. And because we have learned, now we are interacting with the same fire, with the same burning power in such a manner that it becomes a benefit to us, not a liability. Exactly the same way. When we learn from our experience, we grow wise. Now apply this in your day to day life. That is working on the mind. Okay? There was a child, this happened somewhere, a Telugu family. The father was very strong personality. He had hardly any friends, and he has, I think, two daughters. So I was the only friend to him, and I used to go to their house regularly because getting good food. My interest is only food, no other interest. Get good food. So once when I went, his wife prepared very nice food, and I was sitting, and that small girl, maybe about 10, 12 years, I said, "Hey, come, join with me." So she came, and I gave her a little bit of idli or dosha, and she was eating. And this Narasimha Rao Garu, he got very angry. Eating in Swamiji's plate and gave one patat to that. So poor girl got up, went away. So if I talk, I may eat one. So I kept quiet. Angry man can do anything. So we lose all control over ourselves. I kept quiet. And that very moment, his phone rang, and like a Hindi cinema thing, he said, "Swamiji, I got some urgent call, I had to go." I said, "Okay, you go, don't worry, okay? I don't need you rather, I am getting food, you go." He went away. Then, just to console that child, I got up, went to her room. I said, "Hey," her name, I only named her as Uttara. I said, "Uttara, come, uh, let us eat together." And then just to console her, I said, your dad is always talking about you, how intelligent you are, how good you are, and all that. He says, "Swamiji, don't try to console me. I have written off my father. There is no, he can't be improved. I'm just waiting to be grown up, get married, and get out of it. Never come back to this house." See how we are unable to control ourselves because it is not our fault. It is the mind which is making us dance. And that mind, we are not keeping any value to that. Whatever we think it is right. No. We have to live in the light of wisdom. This is the light of wisdom. To control the mind, we have to work on it consciously, continuously. We call it POK. POK is not Pak occupied Kashmir. POK is practice of knowledge. Yoga you can do half an hour and thereafter eat a lot, and again Madhya Pradesh comes out. Japa you can do for one mala, two malas. Rest of the day all nonsense. For a temple, you can go to a temple for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. After coming out, go to the movie. But when it comes to practice of knowledge, it is 24/7 practice. Because we have to work with the same mind. Therefore, friends, keep this as the destination. We are at peace with ourselves. And to begin, first is stop talking to yourself. And second thing is, before we talk to others on any topic, ask a question to yourself. Is it necessary to talk? I guarantee you, friends, in 99% cases, you will get a reply from within. No need to talk. As a result, our mind will remain naturally quiet, alert, and vigilant. The mind is not available. Now, like, for example, I've been talking to you for last 50 minutes, 50. How many minutes you have heard me? Huh? Even this is not heard. Because the mind is not available to us. The only reason is we have not yet appreciated the value of a controlled mind. And controlled mind is only two simple things I am telling you. Reduce talking to yourself. Start with 1 minute in a day, 5, 6 times. So it will become totally 6 minutes you did not talk to anybody. Then make it little more. Then at a time 3 minutes. Then this talking will reduce, and talks are nothing but the thoughts wearing the clothes. When we go out of our house, we put on clothes and go, isn't it? We don't go without clothes outside. In the same manner, thoughts come out by putting on the clothes of words. Therefore, we told you, try to think without using the words. You cannot. When this is consciously practiced regularly, slowly your old habit of the mind constantly chattering will stop. If that is not happening, then we require some gross approach. This was the knowledge aspect I told you. Now we have to practice it. What is the conclusion so far we have understood? Peace of our mind, meaning we are at peace with ourselves, is the highest valuable commodity for us. I may fight with somebody, then I will go away. But if I start fighting with myself, where will I go? Such sentimental people are problem to themselves, and they make others also miserable because of that. Keep cool, keep cool. Minimum talking. So, to achieve this further understanding, thoughts are not problem. The flow of thoughts is a problem. See? And the flow of thought happens when the theme is finite. For example, finite theme. I had to prepare tea, but so many people will take tea or coffee, but will they take sugar or not sugar? I think I should prepare it separately and keep it. One thought breeding the next thought. So what we have to achieve is arrest thought breeding. How can we achieve it? Very simple technique. Let the theme of the thought be infinite. Infinite cannot be repeated, is it not? Infinite is only one. You can't repeat it. What is the infinite theme? Infinite theme is Lord's name. Hari Ananta, Hari Katha Ananta, Hari Ananta. So we take the Lord's name. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Complete. No second thought. And when we are likely to get second thought, again fire. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. When this is practiced slowly, the old habit of continuous chattering with oneself will be arrested. And nobody can do it for us, my friends. Don't get into the touch method. No, Guru Maharaj, many people have got this notion. Punjabis, Maharaj, ji, mathe par haath teko. I don't want to wash, clean, dirty my hand. Keep your head there only. By touch method, nothing happens. Work hard. And this is so simple. Don't require anything around. Slowly, when we thus practicing that, we are now convinced that our peace of mind is the most valuable thing in the whole universe. Then alone our wisdom can be steady. Arjuna asked this question. What are the symptoms of a man of steady wisdom? And Bhagavan Krishna tells, Dukkheshu anudvignamanaha. When the miseries come, he doesn't become miserable. When the happy things come, he doesn't become so much excited that he loses his balance. No. Slowly we start going through all the experiences of good and bad, but we don't become anybody. Being is happiness, becoming is misery. Being is man, becoming is husband. Further, you know. Therefore, friends, controlling the mind has the simple basics. Start with this. No talking to oneself, we arrange the future. Don't talk about your past to anybody, we arrange the past. And to be convinced of this, next thought. Can we live yesterday? Yesterday gone. You cannot live yesterday. Can we live tomorrow? Tomorrow never comes. We have to live only today. There is no option. It's compulsory. But if we take this, that today only I am going to remain happy. Only one day in a lifetime. Today I am going to remain happy. Means what? Express happiness through every expression. How simple it is. Today I am going to be happy, okay? Only one day in a lifetime. When we thus start working on this, that whatever we do, don't do anything to get happiness. Don't seek happiness in life. Express happiness in life. When we do something, do it happily. When we talk, talk happily. When we think happily. Happy thinking cannot be negative. Happy thinking cannot be destructive. Happy talking cannot be bitter. Happy actions cannot be but creativity. Thus, if we want to really work on our mind, let us recognize this principle that we are essentially divine. Our scriptures tell us whether you want or you don't want, you are divine. This is Jabardasti. Jabardasti. You are divine. Whether you know or you don't know, you are divine. So, from our point of view, we have no problem. You are all divine. No, Swami, Papa home, Papa Karma home, suffer. See. And once you take this stand in life, you will never have, number one, the worst thing in the whole world, according to my understanding, is self pity. Arjuna says this thing in Bhagavad Gita, second chapter. Karpanya dosho pahatasvabhavaha pruchami tvam dharma sammudha cheta yasreyasyad nishchitam bruhi tanme shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapanna. Karpanya dosh means what? A state of self-pity. I am so unfortunate, no, you are divine. With this positive approach, when we start leading our day-to-day life, then we are really working on mind. I have not got into yoga so far because first basics should be clear. The basics are not clear, the subsequent things will become only acrobatics. Like yoga throughout the world means what? Twisting the body. They don't talk about straightening the mind. So yoga means what? Take this leg there, and get locked. And then call fire brigade, bachao, bachao. No, that is not yoga. Those are the acrobatic circus. The real yoga is Trayamekatra Sayyamaha. When our mind is completely free from the impact of time, space, and object, that state of the mind is called as yoga. And that state is consciousness. Tada drashtuhu sarupe avasthanam. Therefore, this we have to live 24/7 in this mode, alert, vigilant, and quiet. This is achieved, we have learned working on the mind. If not, go to the psychiatrist, take some medicine, and never get cured. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.